Alright. Hello people, and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome to... this one's going to be a video response. Very rare I do this, but there's a gentleman called Cynicism of Craig on YouTube, and he's got a video of MGSV will be a poor product video. And yes, I do know that he's talking about Metal Gear Solid 5, but I just don't want to be too obvious. Yeah, before I begin, this is not a standard rebuttal that you're normally going to hear, particularly of his assessment of what Metal Gear 5 could be, or will be, who knows. To be honest, I think he could be right. The whole mother base and item soldier growth, that could be a giant grinding trap that will encourage players to possibly buy new items and upgrades via microtransactions. Yeah, he's probably spot on that, in my opinion. Now, this is mostly his. This response is mostly about his assessment of Metal Gear Peace Walker. You know, he's not too fond of the game, and you know, I think he's a little too harsh on it. You know, so you know, like yes, it's a portable. It wasn't originally intended to be a portable game. I don't really see too many issues with that, but he's got a major issue with that for whatever reason, because he considers the portable version to be less than the first Metal Gear Solid, which is kind of odd because the portable game looked like the tech that you were dealing with, or my impressions of it, it's pretty much like almost a PlayStation 2, but not quite. You know, a little bit better than PlayStation 1, but not quite as good as a PlayStation 2. You know, we can call it PlayStation 1.5, I guess. I guess that'd be a fair assessment of it. You know, but you know, that's the way it works with portable games. You know, the tech's going to be not as top notch as your console or whatever. You know, it just is what it is. And you know, based on what I played with this game on this version that I've had, it's every bit as good as the first Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1. Just more things to do, more bosses to fight, more missions to accept. You actually get to save people in this game. You actually get to build an entire base, an entire organization. You get to build an army. You know, it's just I don't know what beef he has with this game, because the first time through, you're probably gonna have like a 20-hour experience with all the extras, missions, and all the extra grinding or whatever. You know, you're probably gonna get an extra 10 hours. You know, maybe 20, but I'm pretty sure, you know, we're gonna say you got 30 hours of game time with this thing before you're pretty much tired of it. You turn it off, go play something else, go play something else, play something else, and then when you want to replay this game, you pop it back in. You don't have to reset nothing. You don't have to start from scratch. No, you don't. You just pop in the same old game. You play through another 20, another 30, or whatever, you know. And you can go through it even better, because the puzzles and all that won't take you so long, because you just got through building up an R&D department and building new tools. Get to try them out, master them, go through all your missions a heck of a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to score, it's easier to progress, and you're rewarded with your progress. So, you know, to me, it's actually a pretty cool idea. I like it, and I'm impressed actually that they were able to pack all of this into one portable game. You know, even on the HD copy that you're seeing right now, even on this, it got its own disc. They put Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear 3 in the one disc. Peace Walker, that gets its own separate disc, and I was like, alright, whatever. You know, and the rest of his gripes, you know, he's just pretty much just upset with the fact that, you know, Metal Gear series is ending, and what you're seeing here, Big Boss, he's kind of like the leftovers. He's like filler material. That's one of his quotes there. And, you know, possible. That's possible. He's he's a true fan of Solid Snake. He doesn't like Boss. I don't know why. He doesn't like Big Boss, but whatever. And he references drug trips to explain what he went through when he played the game, and I'm like, fair enough. There's a lot of wacky and weird stuff that goes on in it, but it's fair enough. It's fair enough. It's about taste and personal preference. So I can understand that. Why did you continue to play all the other games if you weren't enjoying it? That's kind of from the game 2, when you got this one dude running on water like he's Jesus, and acting like a vampire or whatever, and then you got Liquid Snake living on in a severed arm or something. There's just a lot of freaky tomfoolery and nonsense items that go into that, and I actually kind of like some of that stuff, because if you do it wrong, it shows. If you do it right, you did it right, and everybody loves you. And that's pretty much what Metal Gear's done throughout the years. Hideo and his team, or whoever, they just did it right. I don't know how, but they did. And on another take is, if you actually talk with real people, like cops, EMTs, firefighters, soldiers, things like that, you're always going to get that one story that you just can't unhear. You didn't expect to hear it, but it's there. They told it to you. Now you know it. You don't want to know it, but you do, and you can't believe it, but they're not lying to you either. You know what I'm saying? There's always that one story. You can't unhear it. So for folks to put that in the video games, that's a pretty cool thing to do. And plus to do it the fun way that Hideo likes to do that, or the entire Metal Gear staff likes to do that with these games. I'm all down for it. To me, it's like, hey, cool, that's fine. Mr. Craig, I think his name is Cynical Craig. Cynicism of Craig. He's not really down for it, and a lot of that stems from the news of microtransactions. And I can understand his gripe on twofold levels. Number one, to begin with, Metal Gear has been mostly, it's really you could pretty much lump all the Metal Gear games onto the PlayStation 2. It's really a 10-year-old idea, to be 100% honest. You could take the entire set, drop them on the PlayStation 2, and be done with it. And they could have left it all right there, or they could have done it all right there. But time went around, they had you buy another system and another system, and the portable one that for a lot of folks that pissed them off, because they had to buy a brand new console just to enjoy this one game. And then years later, they had the HD set come out. So the folks that bought the portable console, they felt a little gypped. And I can understand that gripe. But then to hear Metal Gear Solid 5, it's like, yes, we finally got Metal Gear 5, and then all of a sudden, microtransactions. So if you went through that haul, yeah, you got my sympathies. I went through a haul similar to that with The Legend of Zelda, and it was never on the, none of the sequels were ever on the same system. The first 2 games were on one system, and that was it. And then we had the N64, and then we finally had 2 games that were on that. But the second game on the N64 demanded that you buy an expansion pack. And that just totally pissed me off, because it was just a cheap cash grab, and it was just blatantly obvious as well. And there's no getting around it. I mean, it was just a cheap trick to pull. and I totally understand his gripe about that. And but other than that, for whatever it's worth, his assessment of Peace Walker, I think this is a good game, folks. And if you haven't played it, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go play it, go rock it, go have fun. Mr. Craig and his ideas of Metal Gear 5, I think he's right on. It's a good possibility, but the game's not out. We'll just have to wait and see. It's only a couple of days left. Now, on that note, good luck to all. Have a nice day. Peace out. This is the Fox Gibson signing off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and